Hello, hello.
Here is the mics.
Mike.
This is the worst. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to an episode. We lost QS, but he'll jump back in a second. Thank you for another episode. We usually jump into the intro, but this time we're going to switch it off until our brother can get back in. So what I want to do right now is introduce the man that is below my screen, sir, if you will, please. What I want to do right now is
so I introduce myself? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, no, sir. Here, I got you.
Okay.
This guy does a million things. He's been all over the place. He is. I've known him for quite some time now, at least 8 years, and it has been an absolute pleasure from the day we met all the way to now. You have done some amazing things. Look, I'm just gonna name a few. HOG has been a correspondent for that. You have the Jobbeteers podcast, which has been all over the place. Last year, you guys did a Jobber Slam, which we were a part of, which we were honored to even be asked to be a part of. Sir Wilkins in the building. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Thank you for the round of applause. My name is Sir Wilkins. I hope all is well with everybody that's watching, listening, and enjoying some fine shit talking. What's going on? How you guys feeling?
Brother, we're all surviving. You know how that
guys have amazing names. K Marvel, Stretch, Stryker, Dragon. It's like I'm in a Marvel universe right now, dude. I was like, yo, this shit is fire with these fucking names. And you got Quiet Storm. Like right? Either that or this is a Tekken video game.
Listen, if I still had those type of skills, I would be glad to be in a Tekken game. Shit. But as we wait for QS to jump back into the video, the screen, I can't even speak. Right. Sorry. What I wanted to start off with was this. I know you, sir, are a personal trainer.
Yeah.
We always talk about mental health, but I think it's time we start talking about physical health. So could you just let people know how important it is to take care of your body?
So when people think about like fitness, they think about, it's to look good, it's to be slim, have muscles and all that other shit. That shit is great. It is part of that process sometimes. But the biggest thing is like when you're talking about your health, you're talking about the internal, like your blood pressure, heart health, internal organs, making sure they're right, your digestive system, it's stuff like that. Like your physical health fucks with your mental health, because if you physically feel like shit, you're gonna start mentally feeling like shit, and it's very, very important. For men especially, I always try to tell men, like, when your health starts going bad, your dick starts going bad. You can't be fucking okay. And what a lot of people don't know is your penis health is a measurement of your overall health. So if that shit ain't come and that, you see Stretch was like, yeah, what? Stretch was like, talk about the pen game.
I do well.
If that's not healthy, shit, everything starts going left. Quiet Storm came back.
There we go.
The fourth part of Tekken.
Right. Yep, that's it. 4. That's us. That's us.
Yeah. Have a battle royal.
Oh man.
I was just telling you that you guys have some amazing names. I feel like I'm in the MCU or Tekken game right now with these names. So when it comes to health, it's super important. And granted, we don't know much about COVID, and we don't know. Actually, we don't know nothing. Let's keep it a buck. We don't know shit. Let's just keep it real. But the healthier you are, the better you are battling COVID. And to be honest, they're not gonna tell you this, but that medicine shit, like, they want you to be more and more sick. and they want you to take more and more medicine in this in this world because it feeds big pharmaceutical company.
Right.
And once again, like I said before, when your physical health is fucked up, it starts messing with your mental health.
Right.
And us men, especially black men, need to take care of ourselves because the older we start getting, the harder it is to stay in shape and to be healthy. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents about the healthy shit.
No, man, I need it. Listen, when I first asked you, that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask. I just feel like I said, we talk about mental health a lot, and physical health is not spoken about enough, especially on our personal platform. So I just wanted to get that in there. But now that all 4 of us are in here, let's do what we normally do. I am your man, K Marvel.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy QS.
And that's why it's called Quiet Storm, if you can't notice by now, sir.
Mr. That's what I'm saying, Mr. After Hours. That's his new nickname. That's what we roll with.
98.7 Kiss FM.
Yep, I'm telling you, it's deal.
But anyway, it's your boy, the big stretch human encyclopedia himself.
And I'm the commish, Stryker Dragoon.
And as always, we are the 4 corners of commentary. So now that is finally out the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. But today we got a 5th. So, Sir Wilkins.
Yes.
Once again, brother, thank you for jumping on the podcast. We really appreciate it. This is a long time coming. Long time coming. Something else I wanted to bring up real quick. What is your wrestling journey? Like I said, I've known you for quite some time now, so I've seen you from before you even decided to step into the ring, or just really be more involved into the wrestling world, I would say. How has that been for you? What is that experience like, being in the ring at this point?
To be honest, it's the greatest thing I ever did in my life. And the reason why I say that is because, as you guys know, and people who are listening, if you don't know, I'm part of a wrestling podcast. So getting into the ring and training has helped me better understand wrestling at a wrestler's point of view. It's like when Shannon Sharp's talking about football, he understands the ins and outs of football because he's a Hall of Famer. Granted, I'm not a Hall of Fame wrestler and I haven't been doing it that long.
Not yet.
Yeah, but understanding the business and how shit is so fucked up and so great at the same time has been the most beautiful thing. And then being trained by Amazing Red, who's been in the business for years, wrestled probably all your favorites and helped all your favorites become better. Cheap plug Sasha Banks, cheap plug Becky Lynch, cheap plug Ronda Rousey, to name a few. But these people being under his tutelage, if that's the right word. I'm trying to be like
right word. That's the right
word. Trying to sound smart, tutelage. But it's you get a better grasp of the wrestling business, and it's not easy. I'm just put it like that. Like, we all know it's not easy, but this shit is hard. Some people get it off the bat, some people don't, and it's, for me, it's been like up and down, and it's a challenge in life that you want to be part of. I've almost knocked myself out once. Story time, ladies and gentlemen. So,
you gotta hear this one.
I had to do sunset flip. You guys know what a sunset flip is, right?
Of course.
Right.
They jump over the person, grab them, and then they kind of flip, whatever. So we're learning sunset flip in class, and I was like, yo, I'm about to kill this bitch. This shit about to be fire. My sunset flip about to be the illest. So the person is bending over, pause, and my whole mentality was to land the jump over part. And I killed that shit. My shit looked pretty. I look like a dolphin going up from the water back into the water. Straight gorgeous. So I do all of that. but I forgot the most important part, which is grabbing the person by the inner thigh and flipping them over.
God.
So I didn't grab the person, and I ended up going boom, straight on my head.
Oh,
Oh.
X.
Straight on my head. And this is not the most sophisticated move or the most like craziest move. It's like mid-level type of shit. But I landed straight on my fucking head. Landed on my head. I think I was knocked up for like 2.5 seconds. I got up. Thank God I have like gorilla type traps, so it didn't really fuck me up. But for a week there was like I got like there was numbness coming down my arm for like a week.
Wow.
Because I kind of low key compressed my spine during that movement.
Yeah, it sounds like
But
a
the
stinger.
reason why I say this is because that's the wrestling every day for people.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? This is what they go through. They put their bodies through the line all the time. And I know we all here would like to, you know, say our opinions on shit because we're entitled to our opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing you can never say is these men and women do not put their bodies on the line because they do every fucking night. And I'm understanding it every time because scientifically it's been proven scientifically that every time you take a bump, you are literally putting yourself through a mini car crash.
Right.
So it's taught me that, and it also taught me like determination and like you gotta keep pushing and also patience. One thing about wrestling, you have to wait your turn a lot of times. It's all about being ready when your time is called. A great example of that was, you guys know AJ Styles. When AJ Styles left New Japan, they literally called Kenny up to get ready to be the face of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how wrestling is.
Right.
Whoever's next up, you go there. And it's taught me that. And it's also taught me the fucked up parts about wrestling, which is it's an entertainment business. I don't care if it's AEW, New Japan, I don't care what company you're part of, it's still an entertainment business.
Right.
And the producers, aka the booker, picks who they want to be the star of their movie, aka the director, you could say, to be the star of the movie. And there's fucked up shit that involved, which is the politics that comes with the business. Sometimes homie is mad cool with somebody, and that's the reason why he got the push. Sometimes the person that deserves to get the push, the booker doesn't like him. Just straight up doesn't like him as a person. Nothing wrong with his abilities. Just doesn't like him, and it's taught me that where you're gonna deal with that bullshit, and it's still a business. And it's an entertainment business. I don't care if people talk about how AEW is professional wrestling. Nah, nigga, that's just entertainment too.
Right. Right.
Niggas came out in Ghostbusters outfits to go wrestle. It's just entertainment. It's pro wrestling. It's more pro wrestling than WWE. I'm not going to deny that, and that's why I love it. That's why I love about it. But it's still entertainment. It's still politics after politics.
Right. Yeah.
And you being there, you understand that, but you also got to be patient. Understand that, this may not be your time, but be ready for your time. A good example is what's his name? Fuck. What's his name?
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah. Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Oh, Zack Ryder. I didn't want to call him Zack Ryder. I was like, what's his last name again?
Right,
But
Matt
Yeah. No, you good.
He went through WWE, waited he got released, and what is he doing now? He's low-key killing it.
Yeah. Yes.
All over the place.
You take whatever your opportunities are, and then you make the best of it, because you'll get an opportunity. Like, to me, for instance, I don't know if you have like a question thing. I'm going on a tangent. My apologies.
No. Please.
So with HOG doing the correspondent stuff, I had asked to do something else. I literally went to Brian, the head of HOG. I asked to do something else. He was like, "Yeah, that's cool," but I have some idea for something else. And then the day I did the correspondence of the backstage stuff, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing that day. But it's two things. An opportunity came up. I took advantage of it. and I tried to be my best and I tried to be ready for it. I literally came there with a suit, not knowing the fuck I'm going to do the first time. And he was like, "Get dressed. This is what you're doing." But but it's also like these little things inspire the business, but it teaches you how to be a better man and a better woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Because life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. And also, I'm also seeing why people love WWE and why people hate WWE a little bit better. And it goes hand in hand because WWE is low-key Harvard education for wrestling.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wow. It's an interesting way of putting it.
That's a good
Because
That's a
my
good
boy
analogy.
Bruce, talked to Bruce, me and him talked about it because I did a correspondent thing last show, and then the Bollywood boys came.
Yes.
Niggas don't know who the Bollywood boys like that, though. We don't really know them. We know them, but we don't know them. They were with Jinder, they did their thing, whatever. But they had 30 seconds to cut a promo about their match, and they cut it perfectly. No hesitation, no nothing. Where they learned that from? WWE.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you see the stark difference between like WWE guys and when they go to AEW.
Right.
And that's what I've learned because when you start being around WWE guys, former WWE guys, you go, oh, y'all niggas is different. Y'all niggas is different. But it's also because it's the way that it is, it takes away your creativity sometimes. They put you in the shackles. But that's the stuff I've been learning. My bad, guys.
No. It's cool. It's cool. Thanks.
That was a very good breakdown of everything.
It's very informative.
Very
informative. For real.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to jump to the comments. Tiff said, "Hey, Wilkins."
Hi.
We know who this is. That's our boy Kev. He's like, "What's up, Wilkins? What's up, fellas?"
What's going on, Kev?
Hey, Kev. Hope you're feeling good.
Yo, what's going on? First time watcher of the show, Matthew says,
"Oh, Matthew, what up, baby? He was on the job of tears. Thank you, bro.
Oh, nice. Thank you. We appreciate it, brother.
Man.
Our boy Travis,
You're
you know how that one goes. And Matthew also says, "Preach on, Sir Wilkins. Always speak true facts."
Thank you. I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's very well. I guess you could consider this a trivial question. You know, I happened to look on the Jobber Tears, group on Facebook and everything. And I saw the fit that you had on for your correspondence. I gotta ask you, brother. You were open casket sharp. I was telling these brothers here. The man's got the blazer down pat. The man's
when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay."
I gotta ask because I consider myself a little bit of a snazzy dresser, a fashion plate myself. You know, me and QS usually on the same wavelength. Where did you get the suit from, brother? I gotta ask.
It was a blazer, and it's So the thing is, most blazers don't fit me right. Because
I know that.
My waist is kind of small, and my shoulders are kind of broad. So I'll get the things bigger, and I'll get them like tailored. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, men that are listening, you don't have to spend that much money. Just go to Express. They be having the sales. That's where I got the blazer from. I went to Express. It was on sale for like $50. It was like discounted out the ass. I took it to the dry cleaners in the hood. They taped it up for $40. So technically, I only spent like $80 on it. But I usually just take blazers and dress pants and put them together and try to buy like the color matches. I'll go to but that particular blazer was from Express. But I usually go to Express because they fit the best. H&M, I get a couple stuff from H&M, but I'll get it bigger and then I'll get it tapered in. And I can't fuck with Zara too much.
Zara fit me small, bro.
It'd be a little too small for me. I do have some old stuff. I used to work for Club Monaco and Ralph Lauren. So I haven't put on weight over the past like 6-8 years. So I've been maintaining. So I've been able to fit a couple of them. Right. But I always like go to a thrift store, even a thrift store.
Yep.
I'll go to a thrift store, see what blazers they have there. Like it's like $40. Like I know $40. I'm gonna spend another $40 to get it tapered in and maybe pull up the sleeve. But that one was from Express. But in my head, I was just like, I got a little fly on camera. because I ain't good yet with the correspondent stuff. So I'm gonna try to look fly
Smart.
to the tag niggas from the
Yeah,
mistake.
the first impression is a
Smart.
little lasting one.
Smart.
So
You're smart. So there was something on Twitter after the ROH show, after the last final battle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read it to you because I'm not sure if you had saw it. It was from Anthony Agogo. And, quote, super cute that at John Gresham was the last ever ROH champ. Kind of reminded me when Hornswoggle was the last ever cruiserweight champ. Congrats, kiddo. Now, there has been some back and forth between him and some wrestlers, some talent, of course, some fans going back and forth. I want your opinion on that statement, and just maybe just a short, if you did watch Final Battle, just how you felt about Final Battle as a whole.
I only saw clips of Final Battle. I have to like sit. I want to sit down and watch it. Probably do it sometime this weekend. Get some wings. That's my cheat day. Get some wings and some pork fried rice. And fuck some shit up. But when I saw it, I actually did see that tweet, and I just was like, he doesn't know. Anthony is new to the business, like super new. Like, you know, he doesn't have the he doesn't have the intelligence, not the intelligence, but like
the wherewithal
about who Gresham is and how respected he is in the business.
Right.
And then number two, I think it was also he's trying to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
He's trying to get a reaction, and that's the new thing with wrestlers,
Cheap
especially AEW. It's get that reaction because it helps build up. And the thing about, I ain't mad at it. And I'm pretty sure somebody put him on game about who Gresham is. Like, yo, bro, like he's top tier. Like, yeah, and maybe he's trying to work back into the picture with AEW. I think his eye might be healed up and everything, so he's probably trying to work back in the picture. You know, AEW doesn't pay that well, so he's trying to get them try to get paid a little bit more, get his value up and his brand up. But that's what I took from it.
Right.
What I did see from Final Battle was the match with King versus Shane.
Oh my
God! Watch that one. Still probably one of the best matches of the night.
That was a good. I want to watch it a couple more times because there's a lot of like stuff you can take from there, like as a wrestler. Yeah. I did see Braun, Adam. That's his new name, Adam, whatever his name is.
Sure.
That's
his real name now, Adam.
Or I don't know. I think he might be going by Titan. That's what people
are saying.
Yeah, it was
Titan. Yes, Titan. Thank you. So it was Titan. I saw him. I really enjoy EC3.
Yeah.
Gimmick, the whole faction that he has, control the narrative thing. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm about to drop some bread or whatever he's doing. The little he got some whole shit going on. Fellas, he sold me.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Sure. And I was like, yo, I love this shit because it is so like it feels. I think the direction he was going with was Fight Club.
Yep.
It feels very Fight Club-ish to me, and I absolutely love it. And he's the one person that I can genuinely say that WWE truly dropped the ball on him.
Of course,
absolutely.
Like, it's like they pulled a fucking what's his name? The dude that was on the couch that fucked up the play at the end of the game.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith on NBA.
The ball was EC3. They pulled a J.R. Smith, and I'm like LeBron, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
He has the look that Vince would prefer, and he's fire on the mic.
He really is. Yep.
Fire on the mic. And he's not like some flippity doo-wop type of wrestler too. So like he can go on a different type of way. But I'm gonna watch it, the ROH final battle, because it is the final one that they have. ROH could have been so great, but you know, AEW is the new ROH, so
yeah, I see that. with way more money. way more money. Way more money.
I don't know. I love AEW what they're doing, but sometimes I'll be like, yo, y'all got way too many niggas on this roster. How y'all gonna do this?
Yo,
Like,
You do that all the time.
They need 2-hour shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
I don't know what they're doing with Rampage. Like, I don't know
Right.
why they're doing it that way. My niggas, y'all need 2-hour shows to get it done. Like, to like really flush out the talent you guys have.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like
I-
it's hard for them to try to like push the amount of talent that they have, trying to push it extra on Rampage when Rampage is only like an hour. Like
Rampage is only an hour, and
it needs more than that.
I respect the fact that they do a lot of wrestling on Rampage. You get a lot of wrestling in that hour.
Oh, yeah, a ton.
You do. You get a
Right.
lot of wrestling in that hour. I think they would be better served to have more competitive matches on Dark, whereas on
Right.
YouTube and you can literally
Right.
stream it wherever, and you can advertise those competitive matches a lot better. You get a lot more storyline involvement. Because realistically, you know, I've been to an AEW show, and those tapings are long, so I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
We've all been there.
I had work the next day, and I was, you know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, man. Like I felt it the next day, like you know, going to work and everything, and you know, I think that if they had maybe, because Dark is made consistently of almost squash matches.
Yeah.
Fewer prospects. If you had like 1 or 2 maybe competitive matches on that show between established acts, I'm not talking about, you know, the guys that they usually throw in there to pad wins, but that's a different story for a different day. But if you gave me like 1 or 2 competitive matches on that show, I think it would be a lot better, and they'd be able to advertise it more and get more eyes on it.
Wilkins, something I did want to touch on also is the podcast, is Jobateers podcast and the Jobateers network. How, just in your own words, obviously, what has Jobateers done for you personally? Like, just with your new experience, just with the experiences from when you guys started to at this point, and also how does it feel to have the network and have so many great podcasts under that umbrella, and having them flourish, and just seeing the effect that you guys have on different podcasts, honestly, like us.
I gotta go soon, so my apologies if I make this thing is too quick.
No, you're good.
No worries.
The biggest thing I would say is, first of all, thank you for having me. Number one,
Always.
No problem.
Thank you.
It's been a great ride, and I learned a lot of lessons. And the biggest thing is that you'd be surprised who fucks with what you do.
Right.
And that's been the biggest thing for me, is like, oh, you guys fuck with us like that. Like, granted, we're not doing a million streams, whatever, but the fact that we do like a little, like this year, we're gonna hit over 100K streams, is like, damn, like, thank you, I appreciate that, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, we sold shirts. I don't care if it's 25, but somebody spent their hard-earned dollars to like wear our shirt. Absolutely. And within the industry, we ain't the cool kids, but we're kind of the kids that sit in the back that everybody wants to talk to for some reason.
Right.
Yeah, because like there's other podcasts who have a lot more clout than we do, but we're in the back and everybody still comes back to talk to us. And I think it's a beautiful thing of us creating our own little culture and our own community. And when it comes to like the network, the only reason why I really did it was because I want to put my niggas on. And they want to do the same thing. All right, I'll help you with it. We all eat together. That's my biggest thing. And we've had some didn't work out, some did. But at the end of the day, it's about friends. It's not really about me. And it's taught me that whatever you want in life, you can create it. Like, you guys have this. If you guys put the work in, it'll be bigger than what it is. And it takes time. Like, I'm learning that you have to be patient. You have to be patient and consistent. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned. Consistency and patience goes a long way. But you got to put in the work. And I remember a while ago, it was either Drake said this or somebody else said this, but you never get as much. So if you put 100% in, you don't get 100% back.
Right.
That's just how the world works.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you put 120%, you're gonna get 90 back, and that 90 is gonna be beautiful.
Right.
So if you're putting in 70%, you're only gonna get back 40.
Right. Yep.
So you always got to put 100% in so you can get the most that you can get out of it, because you have to put the extra work. You got to stay up late. You got to be up thinking about things. But at the same time, when you love what you're doing and you're having a good time at it, it's not an issue. And you're going to have shitty times. Like my brother Janelle and I have gotten into massive arguments. One of our old studios has a hole in the back of a picture because me and brother got into a fist fight. He missed and he punched the wall.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Real.
but that's part of it. That's the perseverance. That's just
Right.
part of the whole thing. And I've been in relationships that don't work out because I put more into this, because I know this is something that I could do, and
Right.
it's grown. It's helped out a lot. I've lost some friends. I've lost business partners, but it's part of it because people are not going to grow with you.
Yep.
Yep.
True.
We're going on 4 years doing the podcast, and this year has been probably the best year ever because of the amount of growth that we had. But it took us 2 years to get to that.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like you play an RPG game. You don't start off the rip with all the limit breaks and
Yeah, you don't. You don't. You're right.
You don't start off with that. You gotta grind that shit. You gotta be doing these random fucking battles.
Yep.
I'm a Final Fantasy fan, if you haven't noticed. With the
No, it's cool. All the side missions, you gotta get hit all of
The
that.
fellow one right next to you.
We're all, dude. That's all of us.
You gotta grind through these random battles.
Absolutely right.
To get the levels up, and that's just part of it. But it's fun because those random battles that you're gonna be doing, it leads up to you taking down the top boss when Sephiroth comes through, and you gotta kill him, and you ready for him.
Yeah.
Yep. I hear you.
But I gotta go. Thank you so much for having me, because we gotta record right now.
No. Do your thing, Wilkins. It is a pleasure, brother. I'm so happy for you and everybody else.
Thank you.
Look, we're figuring it out, and we'll get you on for longer where we can really chop it up. I got you.
Thank you so much, fellas.
Likewise.
Thank you, brother.
Bro.
Oh man, that was 30 minutes of pure amazingness.
That's good. That was drop. So,
That was great.
Well, he's going to do well. I think in House Glory, he's very well spoken, very articulate. He's going to do very well.
Very much so. And
New York. Who doesn't love a great talker, a great promoter in New York?
Absolutely.
That's a fact. The only thing I wish. I'm definitely going to ask him if we get him
Time out.
My bad. Just want to say thank you again, guys.
Oh, no. It's
problem.
a pleasure, bro.
Thank you.
Have a great show.
We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, I was trying to get him in, dude. I was trying to get your last comment.
I was gonna say, like, the only thing I wanted to, I would have asked him. I'm gonna ask him the next time we get him on. I wanted to ask him the whole experience of him, like, interviewing Will Ospreay. Like, I wanted to, like,
nice. Good point.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look, listen, I have a plan. I have a plan. I will lay it out soon. But definitely we'll try to get him close to the first quarter of next year. Wilkins, brother, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We are so proud and to have you on. And like I said, on a personal level, man, I'm so excited for you and everybody else. Like there's really no words. You were cool from the day I met you. And you've always been cool. That's never gone away. So, brother, we really appreciate you on. Next is Mr. Black. We got to get you on, and then it's the trifecta there. Gentlemen, real quick. I just want to check in, do a check-in. How's everybody's mental health?
Pretty good.
I would say for me, I'd say my mental health is it's erratic. It's kind of up and down. I'd say there's something that I've done that I want to do in the upcoming weeks that I don't know for upcoming weeks, but for upcoming days, I guess we'll see what happens with that. But it's been a moment where it is still the holiday season. I'm definitely just not in the spirit of it, but but I guess depending on like stuff that I don't want to disclose really on here on the show.
No, of course.
I'd rather just. I probably would think. I've even thought about taking like a very like long hiatus from everyone and everything, but that's just where my head. That's where I just stand at the moment. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. Like it's been a little taxing these past couple weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, look, at least with us, we're here for you no matter what, man. I know you know that. That's obvious.
That's a given.
But Stryker, what's up with you, man?
Chilling, just getting acclimated to this job, deciding if I want to stay there. But that's been the story of my past maybe 4, 5, 6 months. But I think that's the world right now. We all not comfortable where we work, and we don't want to work for pennies or chump change anymore. We all want to get shit done. And this is just for public disclosure. I haven't had heat in my fucking building since April. So we've been basically reconstructing the whole fucking building. And I really haven't had a chance to really sit down, hold anything to myself because everything has been going into the building.
You're essentially the super, right?
Essentially, right. So if anything needs to be fixed or cleaned or whatever, like it's usually me or my mother.
Right.
But it's just
shout out moms. What's up?
It's really taxing. It's very tiring. Some days I roll out of bed and I'm like, fuck everything. Other days, I just say, let me get up, let me do what the fuck I gotta do.
That's a common feeling too. Don't feel bad for it.
No, I trust me, I feel that.
Common feeling.
I feel that completely.
It's like, because at the end of the day, they always give you that saying that like when you're going through a lot of those troubles, those trying times, like nobody's gonna help you but you. Like ain't nobody
exactly. Nobody's gonna get it done but me, so I can't depend on nobody to do it. And it sucks to think that way, but especially living here as well, living in New York. That's really just the game. Nobody's gonna help you but you. Like you gonna have to just get the shit done. Like there's no everybody else. Some people say they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear a pretty party. They don't want to hear the excuses. They don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear crying. You just got to get up and do it. And it sucks that you have to do it like that, but there's no other choice. At the end of the day, it's just you. You just gotta not to say you gotta suck it up and just do it. You just have to. Nah, I would never take it that way.
Just figure out the alternative. Figure out an alternative and just apply it and just get it done.
Yep.
I feel a lot of people, since we're in a good mental health space to speak about this, I feel a lot of people do downtrod themselves a lot, and a lot of people don't really take into focus that a lot of things that happen aren't in their control. You can't control everything that comes across your way, but
it's very true.
The way I keep my head on and keep focused and keep moving forward is, there's a lot of shit I can control, so I do what I can do for me. And at that moment, that brings a bit of peace because you're working towards something. You're not where you want to be at the moment, but you can make certain changes to get things done. So I feel as long as some people keep that mindset, you should be able to get further or wherever you need to go. Yeah, and that's not to be toxically positive, but it's a step forward in the direction.
That's true. That's usually a thing that doesn't get talked about enough. Toxic positivity. Like, there's always, especially like if you're going through some dread or you're just going through some trying times and you're just trying to voice whatever's going on with you, you're just trying to voice it out. Right. And everyone and there's always that person that's just like, oh, well, it's not, no, you're going to be all right. It's not that bad. Everything's going to turn out just fine. Yeah. You strong and all this. And it's like, sometimes
it feels like you waving off my issues or you're not really listening.
And a lot of it,
that's why you got to listen.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say real quick. A lot of it is phrasing too. It's not even just the fact. It's the phrasing that makes it toxic. It's exactly what he said. Like it's the oh, you be alright. Oh, la da da da. Like and and we all do it. And that, like, it's just true. Like, we all do it, and it's not on purpose. It's just that you want that person to know that you're there, but when they do know that you're there, sometimes it's just you don't want to hear that shit. And that's and it's not to be disrespectful. It's
people don't really like to see the people. So let me see if I can word this properly. I won't say that people don't want to see the bright side of the situation, but people more so want to see the results of the situation at the moment.
Because at the end of the day,
the expectation doesn't always meet the end goal at the time.
Because you gotta always remember, like, when you're venting to somebody, you're not actually. If you're venting to someone, you just want that person to sit there and listen. They're not coming to you to help them figure it out. They're not coming to you to say, like, hey, I need you to figure out a solution for me. They never ask you that. And you know, sometimes that does get lost in translation.
That's very true.
Folks will feel like you saying you're venting your troubles, or you venting what's going on with you, that you gotta like take it upon yourself to figure it out for them. And it's just like, that was never asked. No one asked you about that. They just wanted you to listen. And now, granted, you probably listened, but you didn't. But you just listened to respond instead of listening to understand what's actually.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Stretch, I know you already said you were good, but just double checking.
Yeah, I'm fine. You know, just working, trying to get along the best I can. You know, maintaining. You know, my job, which I can't go into too many parameters, you know, because of confidentiality. But full disclosure, I am a mental health practitioner, I'm a therapist, functional family therapist. And my own inadequacies with my own job comes from, you know, realizing that I don't always have the answers, and it's okay not to always have the answers. You know, Stryker brought up an interesting point. What I immediately agreed with is, you know, not worrying about things that you can't control. You know, a lot of sessions, you know, you walk into things with a game plan and it quickly changes. So, you know, just trying to adapt the best I can and not beat myself up because of, you know, learning that things, you know, I can't fix things instantly. You know, it's a collaborative process that happens over a period of time. And, you know, just giving myself like the same grace that I would give like a client or whatever have you that's going through some problems and stuff. Like I should be allowed, especially by myself. And I'm not saying that others don't allow that for me, but just allowing myself, you know, the space to tell myself that, you know, it's okay not to have an answer and it's okay not to know certain things and not to come up with things immediately. You know, one thing you'll learn about doing like work like this, you have to think on the fly a lot. And, you know, while I feel like I'm pretty good at doing it, you know, thinking on the fly doesn't always fix everybody's problems. And sometimes there will be problems that I can't even fix. You know, it's just accepting that and realizing, you know, to move forward to help somebody involves a lot of giving myself the leeway to have to think about things and giving myself the leeway to make mistakes because everything is a learning process and everything's collaborative when you're doing therapy. So other than that, I'm fine. You know, I think things are going really well. I enjoy my job. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy the families that are on my caseload. You know, I learn a lot from them and they learn, you know, a lot about themselves along the way. So the collaborative process really helps everybody involved, including yours truly. So
that's good, man. That's good. Real quick, Tiff said all of them at one time would be dope. She was talking about jobateers, and that is part of the plan, Miss Lere. Grizzy, what up, man? He said amen. That was it.
That's my boy.
That's when QS was speaking on things.
Kev, thank you for
Kev said oh, sorry, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Kev said I wish I was part of this podcast about mental health bros. This is Kev. We know it's you, man. But we'll figure it out, Kev. We'll definitely get it out. Oh yeah, me, right? I'm all right. I mean, that's what I always say. As you three know, I've been trapped within these four walls for a little while now. So I've been
sound like some punk rock song right now.
Oh, right. I wish. But
R&B.
Yeah,
we'll have QS give him the intro here on
Oh
Kiss
God!
FM After Dark, trapped in these four walls by K Marvel. And he goes into a power ballad immediately.
Oh God! Wait! If we do '90s, I'm not.
These
Wait, listen.
four walls with you.
I'm not comfortable enough with my body to do the open button down with the hand straight out like that album cover. Like I'm not doing it.
We're talking
Cisco or the Steve.
No,
nah, man. That's the next album cover. That's
ladies
the
and gentlemen, we here at the Four Corners of Commentary. We evolve with the times. I'm talking. You've seen Bruce Almighty, right? So he took off his suit.
Yes.
That's exactly what we're gonna do for K Marvel, just like that. Right at the shore of Coney Island Beach.
Can't stand you. But all honesty, I've been trying to rest up. I really think, considering the situation I'm in, whoever the higher power is, whatever a higher power is, was telling me to take a damn break. So
sit your ass down.
You know, seriously. So I'm just taking this as a time to just relax. You know, a time to just catch up on shows, catch up on comics, which I'm like months and months behind. I've been playing Uncharted 4. As a matter of fact, I think I'm almost done. I started playing yesterday.
Great series. Great game. You should try.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so amazing. I have them. I played the first one and I have the other two. So those are actually the two games I'm going to play next. Outside of that, I guess I can shameless plug other podcasts. I was on Behind the Barricade again last week, which was simply amazing. So thank them again. So I appreciate y'all for keep putting me on. I was on the Wrestling Experience podcast. That was interesting. That was a lot of fun. Shouts out to Earl. You know, that was a great conversation. So if y'all get a chance, please subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It should be in the description, if anything.
We'll make sure everything's in there.
Yeah, allow me to say this too. If you're missing out on Earl's show, you're doing yourself a disservice. He breaks down things really well for a lot of different fans, and he breaks down things from a lot of different perspectives. He's incredibly articulate. Please check out.
Very much so.
I
need a lot more people
check
like
out
that.
Some clips of his show here and there. I know he's done some work with Top Rope Squishy. And stuff like that. And I want to make sure that everybody checks out this interview, you know, and this collaboration they did with Marvel. They talked about a lot of different things, and Earl is very articulate and has a lot of good points and everything. Make sure you check out his show.
Yeah, for sure. He was if anybody watching the podcast, y'all know I don't, or if y'all know me personally, you know I don't take compliments well.
Right, he doesn't.
But when this man was
uncontrollably.
Nah, dude, not even red. I turned purple.
Doesn't take compliments well. We were walking near Christmas Street. Some random guy complimented him on his ass, and he turned red as a beet.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
that didn't happen. That is false.
That was a break.
But he, you know, look, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude. So shouts out to the Wrestling Experience is the name of the podcast. So please check that out on YouTube. Once again, Behind the Barricade, they are just an amazing group of people, very similar to us in a lot of ways. And I think they also need to get they're also rebuilding themselves. So I'm more than happy to promote them. Also, I also always want to shout out Backstage Brawl. They're on every Sunday on IG Live. They always have great conversations. Those are our guys right there. Excuse me. But yeah, I've been just trying to work more, just trying to put us out more, you know, put us, you know, give us a little more shine, you know what I mean? Get more eyes on the product, but not only just the product, but to also collaborate and show people that we're not just one trick ponies, you know what I mean? But we've already proven that with our content. So, something I did want to talk about real quick, guys, is ROH. So as we know, Final Battle was this past Saturday. If you guys haven't watched it, please watch it. If there's any ROH show you need to watch, it's Final Battle 2021. There was a lot of things that happened. I really want to shout out STP, Shane Taylor, and Kenny King. Oh my God, that match between them was amazing. It really was. Every spot they did was wonderful. And they told the story they told. There was already a long history, but the story they told inside that ring was one of a kind. So I wanna shout them out specifically. Also, shout out to the new and last ROH champion of this era, which is Jonathan Gresham.
The Octopus.
Congratulations, man! It's well deserved.
Definitely.
As a matter of fact, the Foundation took all the singles titles that night.
Yes.
So shout out to the Foundation. That was amazing. But as we have seen from their promo, they are coming back April of 2022. My question to you gentlemen is, how do you think it's going to pan out? Do you think they're going to be able to sign a lot of the same talent under contract, or do you think it's, I don't want to say too late, because let's be honest, people need to live, people need to make money, people got families to feed. But how do you think it's going to be better or similar? And I know that's hard to say because that's the future, but just shooting ideas.
I think.
No, go first.
No, I was gonna say if you want to go first, it's fine. It's okay.
I think it'll be similar, but I think there'll also be a world of good also, because I can see ROH operating the way it used to, even though it has corporate backing from Sinclair, meaning that I think that they'll have a lot of talents under pay per appearance deals, meaning they can work elsewhere and maybe not exclusively for other companies, but they can moonlight elsewhere and get the exposure and everything. I see ROH operating very similarly to the NWA. I think it'll be undergoing a rebranding. They have to regroup after the losses that they suffered during the COVID-19 pandemic. But I think they can bounce back pretty strong. And I think it's up to Sinclair to have a pretty clear vision for what they want as far as, what type of talents they want. I think with this last show, if they can build off of this last show, they have a pretty solid foundation with the build off of, for example, EC3 showing back up in ROH, with his
Control Your Narrative faction.
Control Your Narrative faction, which has a lot of good talent in it. They got Rockstar Spud, who was formerly Drake Maverick, the Titan, who was
I missed that part.
Yeah,
he's been in it though. They've been hinting at that for years.
They've been hitting it. Spud. Him and Spud were tandem.
They're close
in TNA.
Tandem in TNA as manager.
They're very close.
There's a familiarity between.
I missed that. I got to check that out.
But they also have Weston Blake, who was formerly Wesley Blake, who was an talent, former partner of Buddy Matthews. Which I thought they were a great tag team, by the way.
Amazing tag team.
Eddie Murphy.
For lack of a better term, more talents that we're familiar with from NXT, whatever have you. But I think that ROH will be able to bounce back from their losses. I think the rebrand will do it a whole lot of good. So.
For sure. QS.
I think. Well, I agree with Stretch. I was just going to say that
it was good, Just.
I'll get to it. Hey. I'll get to it. I got you.
I was going to say that the rebranding I think it was necessary. I think they'll still keep some of the guys that clearly were loyal and kept the company running strong, regardless of the loss of viewership and stuff. I think as a company, even though they're rebranding, I think they'll do right by their vets. I think they're going to do right by them. They have endless potential. Like I said, it's probably going to be baby steps. Even though getting back by Sinclair, it's still going to be baby steps to ease their way into this, to make sure it's not going to be perfect, but it just has to be make sure that it's right. It's going to be done right. I think this
keep it as its own entity.
Yeah, it'll be done. I think but I think Ring of Honor.
Right, they don't need to copy anybody.
They
never
can't.
did.
They're one of the originators.
They've been
They've always been one of the originals of, like, you know, the diehards, the ones that love the indie darlings. Like they've always been at the forefront. So I think for 2022, I think they'll come out strong. They'll just come out strong, and they'll be like, you know, in just a decent place where they need to be. I mean, hey, they got Titan. You got Titan finally showing up. So this is where, you know, it's like, okay, you got a home for the likes of some of the former talent that used to be there. And I would think that even though Shane Taylor Promotions is probably going to push themselves to go around the world, they're gonna go around the world and I guess do their actual tour from there. I think ROH is still going to do right by them and still, you know, probably give them a nice raise in their contract, like just to make sure that they stick around for as long periods to come. And the FTR showing up, you know, formerly known as the Revival, like that.
Just about to get to that.
That's a game changer. That's a game changer. Bottom line, those two are old FTR. Those two boys, they're literally like always going to be, bar none, on paper, probably one of the best tag teams of this current era. Like
probably of all time. If they get to where they want to reach, I would probably say of all time.
They could. They've always had a shitload of potential. Always.
They have endless potential. The only thing they're really just missing to take that moniker, they just need the title wins. They just need the title wins under their name to solidify it. But I would say for FTR, any promotion, like I said, any promotion that has them, is your tag team division is possibly going to be a game changer, possibly.
Agreed.
You just all you gotta do is just make sure they do right by them. Hopefully they, you know, they'll stay healthy. They stay healthy for this go around as well. And then I think like the possibilities are endless. You just gotta wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Stryker, before you say it, I just want to get this out there. Matthew said it was a great pay-per-view last weekend, and yes, shout outs. Like you said, to Shane Taylor, but I agree with you. Shane Taylor and King was very good. Justin, what's good, bruh?
My boy.
What's going on, man?
Big J.
And as we were just talking about, I was shocked that FTR showed up.
So
that was massive.
To further continue the showing up portion, we have. I'll start with Rocky Romero saying in the backstage promo that New Japan and ROH have a great relationship and have a really deep relationship. You have one building block there. Yep. Two, you had Deonna Purrazzo show up.
Yes.
So you definitely know we're going to see a lot of crossing talents. And also she's the Reina Lorena champion for AAA. So you have another third company involved as well. And then now you had FTR showing up. That shows AEW is definitely in the mix with all of this that's going on.
And Tony definitely did say that he was gonna help them out. I mean, you had Jay Lethal who just signed a contract with them.
But when we say help out, do you mean that you're gonna have them on your show, or are you just gonna throw?
But I mean, here's the thing. Who knows? You know what I mean? Ian Riccaboni, whom, by the way, I must say, might be one of my favorite commentators and has been for quite some time. Just the energy. He's very. He reminds me of a younger JR. I love Ian Riccaboni. If you ever see this, brother, thank you for doing what you do. But he always said it, you know, or he was saying it, especially during the event title match for the ROH championship. He was like, you know, look, Jay Lethal's at AEW. Or would Jonathan Gresham take it to New Japan Strong and Terminus? You know what I mean? So I'm saying that I think shows the potential of this title going, or these titles, as the Briscoes definitely are 12-time tag team champions now, and longest tenure in ROH, I might add. They're day one and they're till now. But there's definitely possibilities, you know what I mean? And I think as they don't titles to the side, if and when champions do show up on different brands, different companies, as long as they don't push them to the side, I think ROH will still flourish.
Yeah, that's the point I was further alluding to, that I feel we're gonna see these talents. They may not have a show for the next 4 months, but imagine the amount of work, seeing Gresham in different promotions, seeing the Briscoes defending the titles everywhere. Shit, even seeing FTR beat the Briscoes for the titles, and then they have their first match back on actual television with the ROH brand, and they win them back. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things they can do.
Yeah, even Roxy. I mean, even Roxy being
Roxy, man,
being their women's champion. I mean, honestly, I that was me watching her for the first time, which I can say, and I try to watch ROH as much as possible. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I fall off, as we all do with everything. But her and Will, a hell of a match. Yep. They put on one hell of a match. Yeah, man. I'm see what us. Hold on. See, there we go. It's great. Forgot about Will Nightingale and Roxy. Nice match. They've, as QS stated, you know what I mean? They were in the forefront for a lot of things. And, CM Punk? That's without ROH, a lot of your favorite stars
wouldn't be on different shows.
Wouldn't be top stars. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be superstars, if you will. Wouldn't be, I want to say bigger than the company. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or let's put it like this: household names. I feel like that's the easiest way to put it. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I think we're all very excited to see what's next for ROH. I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun. Plus, as we know, more business, more companies equals more business, which equals more opportunity, which equals more fans for wrestling as a whole. There was one more thing that I wanted to bring up. Winter is Coming is this Wednesday. That's what it was. So why don't we do a super quick preview of just a couple of the matches that at least I know is going to happen. One, we have a rematch between oh my God, that is horrible. My brain's been on. Sir. I know, I'm about to right now. My brain has been on Uncharted, so I'm like, sorry, give me a quick.
Wait for that movie either. Actually, I actually want to see the.
I'm excited about that too. To be honest,
it's a prequel we never got.
Is it a prequel? Is it an actual?
It is a prequel, orphanage and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
All right, so as of right now, there's only 4 matches announced. So we are going to start with Wardlow versus Matt Sydal.
Wardlow next.
Wardlow.
Yeah, I agree.
Seems like that's a throwaway match. Next, yeah, Wardlow.
Is anybody else excited for when Wardlow finally decides to destroy MJF?
It's gonna happen eventually. I honestly, and this is gonna be crazy. It can go either way.
It damn sure could.
I can see MJF turning face, or I can see Wardlow turning face. I think it can work.
You think MJF would turn face before Wardlow?
I think MJF can turn face.
No, before Wardlow.
Not before Wardlow, but I can still see it happening either which way. Because look, Wardlow could beat him down depending on where it's at. You already seen the love he got in Long Island and how he reacted to it. Yeah. So you can see a little glimmer of him can possibly do it if he really wants to.
Pop.
Yeah,
right. But I'm just saying, like, you can see the glimmer of it, how he would be as a face. But we know he's going to be heel and heel straight through.
Yeah.
But I can see it going either way.
All right. The next match on the card is Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. That was
the rematch.
Yes, and it is a no disqualification match.
Meh. They don't need it. I think they've personally, we've seen what they can do with the disqualification, in place. The most that you're going to add to it, you're probably going to have something similar to Britt and Thunder Rosa, honestly.
You think
in
so?
their street fight. Yeah, I think I get something a bit similar to that.
I don't know. I just feel like I think Deeb versus Hikaru Shida is going to be good, but then at the same time, I don't know if they're going to be able to like top the match they had when I was trying to get Shida her like 50th win. I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, not entirely sure if it's going to top it, only because it's like, this is like a same old. We've seen it already. We're not really like in the mood to see it again. But again, and
it's too soon to see it again. Truthfully, there's no real weight to the match.
I mean, honestly, this could. I think this could definitely just be the end of that feud, at least for now. Which I hope. I mean, there's a lot of things that could come out of this. Also, I mean, who knows? Someone can face for the TBS title. There's a lot of things that can happen. But it's going to be a good match. They haven't disappointed yet, so I'm excited to see it. The next match is MJF versus Dante Martin. Excuse me. It's a singles match for the. Hush up. It's a singles match for the Dynamite Dynamite Diamond Ring. You think MJF might take it for a third year in a row?
Nah, I think Dante Martin gets it. I think he pulled the perfect swindle.
Amazing.
I think him and Leo pulled the perfect swindle, but it was just weird. It was just a weird transition for me. Like, I already knew that something was weird about him leaving Leo so quickly, but then to see the payoff, how it happened in the actual battle royal, I'm like, that's what the big payoff was. So you can get that match. It's kind of weird. I didn't
hate the premise of it. I just didn't like how Leo didn't have too much involvement in it. Like, there was no telegraph from Leo's part, I guess, and it's like. It just felt like they threw that in there. It was like, oh, Dante Martin and Leo Rush like backstab Team Taz, and it was like, okay, whose plan was it?
Right, right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't look anything crazy.
It felt like Dante just did it on his own. Like,
because he riffed off the band. I'm like, okay, but you didn't allude to that. You didn't say anything about it, so it's kind of weird. Like, do we get a payoff Wednesday? Does Leo help him win the match?
I don't think. I think he wins the match, but only to break up the monotony of MJF winning the Dynamite Diamond Ring, which is consolation prize, if you ask me. But I think it's just going to be a match to further the issue between CM Punk and MJF. So
I see that too. And last but not least, and no, it's not just 4 matches. This is just what's announced. Is the AEW Championship, the Heavyweight Championship, which is the champion Hangman Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. Gents,
Page is gonna win this one.
I see that too.
Page is gonna win. It's too early for him to drop the title, I think.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time, no.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
And not him. I just mean, as a whole.
They did a screwy finish, right? I'm on the fence. I honestly, if they put it on Bryan now, I can see him just doing dirty work for the next 2 years. When I say next 2 years, being that his contract is a 3-year contract, I can see him having a quick run with it, build Hangman, because Hangman's been gone for a little bit, build him back up, have him chase the title again. This time when he wins it is a definitive win. Does that sound familiar?
What do you mean? He's had a definitive win already.
He beat Kenny. I get it, but he's been gone for a little bit. Have him chase the title for a little bit more.
Ooh.
So
why he's been chasing the title? He was chasing the title since the beginning of the entire promotion.
I don't agree with that at all. I think that he's had a 2-year arc.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he did have a 2-year arc. You're right. You're right.
It's a very
like this thing with Kenny. This thing with Hangman and Kenny was like 2 years in the making. It really would make no sense for like Hangman to lose already, and then it's like he loses this early, and it's like, oh, you guys just wanted to chase the title, so it makes it seem like, well, then him just being champion was just like that. Was just to like.
It was just to pay it off.
Right. To seem like, well, at least you were champion. But it's just like, no, like you.
He
like,
needs to drop it to me, and this is just me pontificating. He needs to drop it in like to somebody that's like the most despicable human being.
Oh boy,
because they built him up. No, I'm not even suggesting MJF or anybody in particular. I'm just saying if you want to get the most out of it, because his run was so wholesome. Like, something that a lot of people, it was a relatable issue. A lot of people deal with self-doubt, and he needs to drop it to somebody, especially if you're going to invest in him as a face. He needs to drop it to somebody that is so despicable, or he has like, based on appearance, he has like no shot at beating this human being or whatever have you. Like he needs to drop. I think he needs to drop it to like a big guy or something. Somebody that diversifies their roster, or the deck needs to be stacked against him as a champion or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I like Hangman Adam Page. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to say that, you know, he's not interesting in any way, shape, or form. I think he's very interesting, but I do think that he needs a little bit of help in his title reign, because more so than the other AEW world champions, so far out of the four, he is the most unproven as far as being able to carry a major championship. So I think he's going to need some help from heels. And I think that putting him in the storyline with Bryan Danielson was the smartest thing they can do. I'm not sure if it was originally meant for Moxley or whatever have you. That's speculation on.
I think it probably might have been Moxley, honestly.
Could have been.
But I think they pivoted very well, and I'm not sure if Bryan Danielson's going to be playing a heel going forward. I can very much see this being a temporary thing for a month, you know, and I think he's done a fantastic job of getting enough heat, you know, from this run, because he's literally been killing all the Dark Order members. Like I told,
essentially,
that probably would happen if he's challenging for the title, you know, and I think they got the most heat that they can get for this match. I wonder if they did their home, like they picked. I wonder if they picked their locations around this storyline.
No, I think I think all honesty,
matches, they did.
All honesty, but they've had these matches. They've booked these venues far in advance. You got to remember that.
Okay,
I think a lot of it just so happened. Dudes, you never know. You never know.
Dark Order's hometown. Like members all
and plus, think of it this way, right? Let's say they have booked all these other venues and then they changed the venues just for the storyline. Imagine the heat AEW would get all over the place. You know what I mean? I just don't see them doing that. But it's going
speculation on my end.
Of course. I
wouldn't put it past Brian to have introduced that fucking storyline, if you really want me to be honest.
No, he probably did, but I mean, but who knows? You know, at the end of the day, you know, we all know TK runs everything.
I mean, he always lets us know that he runs everything.
Yeah, I know. But hey, listen, they haven't failed yet.
He does.
He pulls back the curtain a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be a great match. I'm also going with Paige. I think they're gonna let him give Brian his first loss in AEW.
Which is fine. I think.
We always said it. Punk and Brian, you know, whoever they're gonna lose to, whoever their first loss to is going to be somebody, you know, I don't want to say big, but somebody
next up.
I guess, like more important for the company, or you know,
I don't know.
I don't want to say, like, I'm wording it way wrong, but
I get what you mean. Somebody that's
like somebody, you know, you mentioned it. Somebody like Adam Page can use this win. This is a humongous win. You already beat Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? After
a hell of a match.
After a great match. After, you know, even before having a first show, saying that I'm going to be the AEW champion, losing to Jericho, losing, to all of these people. But yeah, it's going to be a great match. Well, let's wrap it up. Once again, I want to thank Sir Wilkins for jumping on the podcast. Brother, we would definitely have you on again. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for, also, I just want to shout out Janelle and Mr. Black. Also, just Jobbeteers in general. Thank you for putting so many other podcasts on, and just helping with advice. I think that's one of the biggest things. BTB Behind the Barricade. Rodney says it all the time. Excuse me 1 second. Pardon me. He said all the time that they helped them tremendously. So huh?
I said we gotta help each other.
Oh yeah, of course. Listen, I said this on the Wrestling Experience last week that we're somebody said it to us. I'm pretty sure it was Rodney. He said it to us. Look, the wrestling podcast community, has grown tremendously, especially because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But the wrestling podcast community not only has grown, but it's still very minuscule in retrospect to a lot of different podcasts. So we're family. You know what I mean? Especially considering a lot of us are within the tri-state area.
Mm-hmm.
Tri-state area being Jersey, New York, Connecticut, even Philly, to be honest. We're a family, and we got to be there for each other. And just the connections that we have made has helped us so much. Yep. We've met wrestlers, we've met other podcasters, we've been able to do things that I don't think any one of us would have thought we would be able to do within the first 2 years of us being a podcast. And just like Wilkins said, the four of us have had our trials and tribulations also, whether it be in our own individual lives or as a team, as a brotherhood, as a group. Yeah, man, we're real excited to see what goes on. There's a lot of things that's going to happen next year that hopefully we're pushing for. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a whole hell of a lot of fun. And I think that's what we do on here. We do just have a lot of fun, mainly just talking shit about Stryker. But it's what that's sad that the both of y'all were just like, yeah, it's true. But listen, we all make fun of each other, and it's all out of love.
Indeed.
We always know that, and this truly has become a brotherhood. And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't fucking going anywhere. So, let us.
Right.
So let's
brothers and sisters. Let us
brothers and sisters. So let's wrap this up, guys. Y'all know how to do it.
Well, you know where to find me. It'll be on the bottom of the screen, right there. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You guys can read. I'm very tired and don't feel like going through this today. So you know where to follow me. It's right there. It's right there. And the first person to follow me after the show gets a free pudding pop.
Wow.
Cosby joke.
Tasteless.
That's not creepy at all. That's not creepy at all.
The Cosby jokes, y'all.
I'll get us canceled.
Please
want me to make it creepy? I'll make it creepy.
Please don't.
No, we're not gonna do that.
As usual, you can follow me.
Come here, son.
Follow me.
Oh God.
You can follow me.
Which is ironic that he used Theo because of your voice. It just works.
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, as you already know. That is Forever Thiefing. Apologies. I'm kind of like out of it today, but just gotta make it through. As always, thank you everybody for always tuning in and supporting us when we need it. It's winding down. I just say everyone take heed, love everybody on you, love the ones that show you love right back, and always stay true to yourself. And also thanks anyways. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Stryker Dragoon. If you didn't know,
thank you, Pat. In case we didn't know.
Just catch me on Instagram, on Twitter, and Twitch. I'm back in the streaming game. I will be streaming probably tomorrow night and Wednesday, definitely. Depending on whatever the hell I can find to stream. And that's it. Short and sweet.
Before I get into mine, I just want to put this out. Matthew said, "Good show, guys. I had fun watching."
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, for joining us, brother. We hope to see you again. Hopefully you join us next week, and we really appreciate it, man. And as for me, as always, I am K Marvel. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Marvel87. Also, you can find me on Twitch at Mr. Marvel_87. I'm trying my best to use that a little more. You can also find the Four Corners of Commentary on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok at The Council of Commentary. Also, you can find us on Twitter at CO Commentary. And we are on all of your streaming platforms, some being YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio. Guys, thank you again to join us. Join us again next week when we talk about something else. Guys, we are the Four Corners of Commentary. Blah, blah. And how's it go? We out.